Sorry about that, tech issues. Welcome, it's Desiree Stafford. Super excited to have you here today because I'm talking about confidence 101, specifically when it comes to high-end sales. And the reason why I'm doing this training today is because I speak to so many women who, like, you know your stuff like the back of your hand, okay? You're showing up every single day. You're still not getting the results that you want. You don't understand why that is. You're going through program after program. You're chasing strategy after strategy. You're doing all of this busy work, but you're not understanding the being part that is required for you to get the results that you desire. Okay? And this is something that I struggle with for a really long time. It's something that the majority of my clients struggle with when they come to work with me. So it looks like what I've just described to you. It looks like showing up, a lack of confidence anyway. It looks like showing up all the time, not getting the results that you want. Maybe not even selling what you really want to sell because you're not sure that people are going to buy it. Not charging what you want to charge because you're not sure that people are going to pay it. Not saying what you really want to say online because you're worried about how people are going to react or that you're not going to make sales. Not saying what you want to say during the discovery session because you're worried that you're going to lose the potential client. All of these things are what? They're a lack of confidence. Okay? And the reason that you need to solve this problem is because if you don't solve this problem, it doesn't matter what coach or mentor you work with. It doesn't matter what program you invest with. It doesn't matter what strategy you use. None of that matters. Doesn't even matter what you charge, right? Because if you don't have the confidence, you're not going to get the consistent results that you're looking for. You're not going to have sustainable success that you desire, which is why you see a lot of people in the marketplace, making money some months and then completely dry for weeks, months on end. All right. So that's what we're talking about today. Getting confidence so that you can sell your high-end services and, make the money that you want to make. So you're no longer having to chase after clients. So you're no longer having to feel like you have to convince people to want to work with you so that you actually get, paid for the expertise that you have, but you're not able to effectively communicate because you lack the confidence to do so. Hey, Beverly, how are you? So I will be looking at my notes here and there because I think this is really important, okay? It's a really important topic. So one of the things I want to share with you about confidence is that where people mess up the most is, you want to be confident in the service that you provide. You want to be confident in the results that you can offer to people, which is fantastic. But you also need to be confident in yourself as an individual, which is different than being confident in the results that you provide. It's completely different. They're two different things, okay? I was actually just speaking with a woman today who, what she said was so perfect because this is what so many people struggle with. In one of her businesses, it was an offline business where she was selling a tangible item. It was so much easier for her. But when she came online and now she's selling an intangible service, she feels like she's choking. That's when the nervousness, the anxiety, the worry, the doubt, all that kind of stuff creeps up on us, right? So it's important that you become confident in who you are as an individual, okay? That is mastering your beingness, okay? That's when you can and I'm going to get into sharing some tips with you, but that's when you can really sell anything, right? So for those of you who are not exactly selling what you want to sell, you're selling what you think you're supposed to sell, or you're charging what you think you need to charge because you're afraid that you're going to lose clients, or any of those other kind of things that are manifesting because you don't have the confidence in who you're being as the expert, as the coach, as the mentor, then you're really going to want to pay attention to this lesson because it can really not only change your business, but it can change your life, how you show up, right? So let me just see if there's something else I wanted to share. Okay. I do. One more thing before I get into the tips. When I talk about confidence, what I'm talking about is you feeling confident in who you are first. What most people are doing is they're trying to feel confident in their results, their individual results that they can help their clients achieve. They're feeling confident in, what their mentor tells them to do, or if somebody likes or comments on their posts and all that kind of stuff. But that's backwards. The confidence must start with you, because if it doesn't start with you, it doesn't matter how hard you work. It doesn't matter how many times you post. It doesn't matter how awesome your words are in your copy. People are not going to buy it. Okay? That you're going to be sending a double binding message if you're not confident. Make sense? Hey, Alexis, how are you? And hey, Beverly, thanks for the love. So it's important that you feel this confidence first, right? So let me share with you some key tips on how to develop this confidence. I think I have 7 tips, so it's a lot. The first is, and I mentioned this before on social media, you want to change your concept of failure or making mistakes. This is one of the reasons why a lot of us lack confidence, because we think, oh my gosh, I've made so many mistakes in the past, or I'm afraid that I'm going to fail. Like all those kind of things will actually have you, trying to be a perfectionist, trying to get everything right. And that's not possible, right? And when it's not possible, then you're going to feel like, like you're punched in the gut when you don't get the result that you want, and that's going to slowly chip away at your confidence. So you're going to need to change your concept of failure and or making a mistake and see it as feedback, because that's all it is, okay? We're all works in progress here, all right? So see it, everything that doesn't go the way that you want, it's just feedback, all right? It's not, you don't use it to beat up on yourself. So that's number 1. Number 2, you want to remind yourself of your accomplishments daily. Every single friggin' day. People talk about creating a gratitude journal. I say you create an I'm awesome journal, okay? So yes, do the gratitude journal because that's very helpful, but you should also have a journal of why you're so fucking awesome, okay? Because we're not telling ourselves that every day. And what we often do is overlook even the smallest accomplishments, and then we start to think, oh, well, I'm not good enough. Well, yeah, you fucking are if you were paying attention to how awesome you are. So anytime someone gives you a compliment, anytime you accomplish something, I don't care how big or small it is, you write that in your journal every single day, okay? Because the more you focus on your awesomeness, the more you'll start to feel awesome. You want to put your energy in that direction, okay? Instead of, we're bombarded with so much negativity all day long. And there's so many reasons why we can doubt ourselves. There's so many reasons why we can think we're not good enough. But if you start to put your attention and your focus on why you're awesome, it'll start to have a positive effect for you, okay? The third thing is stand up for yourself. Always stand up for yourself, no matter what, all right? Stand up for yourself. That means, saying no. You've heard this before. That means saying no when you really mean to say no, saying yes when you really mean to say yes. It also means being relentless about pursuing your dreams. Whatever those dreams are, whatever your goals are, be relentless about that, okay? This is how you stand up for yourself, because what you want is important. What you desire is important. And so many of us, particularly as women, we tend to kind of fall back on that. We tend to kind of think, oh, well, I'm going to take care of everyone else first, and then when I get to eat last. No, don't do that. Right? Stand up for yourself. Take care of yourself. This is how you're going to build confidence, because you need to trust yourself to be there for yourself. Okay? This is where you're going to get a real sense of confidence from. Another tip is, I think this is a tip number 4, is to focus on serving other people. Listen, I know you want to serve people. I know you're here to make an impact, but let me tell you, the more you focus on how what you do is helping other people, the less insecure you're going to feel, because you're not putting the focus on what's wrong with you, right? You're focusing on, well, how can my work advance someone else? How can my work change someone's life? How can my work help them improve their relationship? How can my work help them make more money? Whatever their ambitions are, right? Focus on that. When you focus on that, you can remove some of the insecurities that you have around yourself, okay? Tip number 5, connect with whatever term you want to use for God, spirit, universe, source, every single day. One of the reasons why we don't feel confident is because we're not feeling connected. We're feeling alone. We're feeling like we have to do it all by ourselves, forgetting that there is a higher purpose, or not purpose, but there is a higher source out there that is actually serving and supporting us, right? So you want to make sure that you create some kind of way to connect on a daily basis. And again, whatever term feels right for you, make that connection every single day, okay? Number 6, stop whining and complaining, right? So the reason why I think this is important, because listen, people used to say to me all the time, you're negative. Why do you talk about the negative? Well, I always saw myself as a problem solver, or, a realist. It was another term that I would use for myself. But let me tell you something. What I didn't realize I was doing when I was being negative, when I was complaining, when I was thinking that, things that I had gone through were so difficult, and I was talking about it over and over again, what was happening was I was reinforcing those negative experiences. So I was unconsciously recreating those experiences or similar experiences for myself. You have to stop complaining. You have to stop whining. If shit didn't go the way that you wanted it to go, let it go. Forgive it, let it go, and move on. because that's the only way that you're going to be able to change the experiences that are coming toward you now, or the opportunities. It's the only way you're going to be able to change it. Okay? When we're constantly talking about what went wrong in the past, we stay stuck in the past, and we end up recreating what we did not want in our current reality. Okay? So you got to stop the whining, you got to stop the complaining. That will also help you feel more confident, because if you start focusing on what you do want, you'll be excited, you'll be enthusiastic about what's coming for you, or what's coming towards you that you're creating right now with your attention and your focus. Okay? That leads me into tip number 7, which is very related to number 6. Tip number 7 is to stay present. So it is about stop bringing your drama and your trauma from your past into your present moment. Stop projecting negativity, disappointment, failure, any of that kind of stuff into your future. Stay right here. Stay right here, okay? When I started doing this and I let go of all of the stuff that happened in the past, and I stopped worrying myself to death about the future, and I was right here in this present moment, I cannot tell you the peace of mind that I found from doing that, and the confidence that came from doing that. Because I was no longer looking at opportunities or things that happened in the past as a way to beat myself up, right? What would that do? It would help me then create what I don't want in the future, right? And it's the same thing I see people doing all of the time. This is one of the keys in order for you to really be confident. It's to let go of whatever didn't go your way in the past. Leave it there. Forgive it. Leave it there and stay right here in your present. Because in your present moment, you have the power to create anything that you want. Anything that you want. And that should give you confidence alone, okay? Now, how does all of this play into you making high-end sales? Well, you need confidence to make high-end sales, okay? Many people think that people are, saying yes or no to you, whether or not you have a big name, or whether or not you have this massive following, or you have all of these credentials. That's all bullshit. The only thing people care about is whether or not you can deliver results, okay? So, if you want to be able to convey that you can deliver results, then you need to be confident in yourself and in your delivery. Not one or the other, but both. Okay? It always starts with the confidence that you have in yourself as an individual first, because your confidence and your conviction is what people are buying. That's what they're buying. They want to believe. People are scared when they're wanting to make a purchase, right? People want to believe that you believe, right? So then they can borrow your belief to help them make the decision. But if you're sending a double binding message because you're not feeling confident, you're going to lose sales, or you're going to miss out on sales. You don't want to do that, okay? Confidence is key. Confidence is what's allowing you to make sales consistently. It allows you to have a sustainable business, okay? One of the reasons I put this training together today is because people talk about confidence, but they don't always talk about it in the way that I've shared, and actually give you some tips on how to manage your confidence, or how to increase it, I should say. And I think it's really important because it holds so many people back. In fact, this is unofficial research, but this is just my observation from the clients that I work with, the people that I've spoken to. They're the most brilliant people online, and yet they're the ones who are most insecure. And it drives me nuts. And I was there myself, which is another reason why I'm so passionate about this. But it drives me nuts because there's so many people out there offering fluff, and you know it, right? But they're getting the clients, they're making the money, while you might be sitting there thinking to yourself, God, I know my stuff. Why is this not happening for me? And it comes down to this confidence piece, okay? It comes down to this confidence piece. Hey, Lillian, how are you? I'm reading what you said, Alexis. People don't break it down this way. Yeah, I'm glad it's helpful. Awesome. So yeah, does anyone have any questions for me, by the way, about what I've shared so far? And hey to everybody who is coming on if I didn't acknowledge you. You and I, Alexis. And you're brilliant, by the way, Alexis. I've seen your stuff. You are brilliant. Anyone else with any questions, comments, feedback, anything? Happy New Year. Thank you. This confidence piece is so critically important to the work that you do in your business, and also how you show up in your life, right? It's so critically important. And another thing about confidence is if you're not seeing your clients get consistent results, it could also be because you don't have the confidence that you need. So when you increase your own sense of confidence, what I'm trying to say is it has a ripple effect. It has a ripple effect on your clients. It has a ripple effect on the people in your world. right? Because when you are showing up confidently, this is how we change the world, by the way. We change the world by changing how we're being, right? Because then we reflect that to everyone else who comes into contact with us, right? So the more confident you are, the more you can, inspire other people to have confidence, right? So this isn't just about your business, which is obviously the number one important thing here for what we're talking about today. But I want you to understand the ripple effect. So the massive impact that you owning your confidence will have on your clients, on your family, your friends, people in your immediate circle, and on all of those people who they touch. Make sense? Okay. Any questions, comments, you guys? Yay! Yay! So true, Alexis. I'm so glad to see that you upped your confidence. All right. So if no one has any questions, oh gosh, what time is it? I don't know. If no one has any questions, I'm going to wrap it up here. I would invite you to do a couple of things. I would invite you to, number one, check out the replay of my webinar if you haven't done so already, because it's brilliant and it will definitely help you with attracting high-end clients. Reach out to me if you want to see how we could work together. I've got a couple of cool programs going on right now, some online, some in person, some one-on-one. Kind of depends on where you are. And that's about it. If you like what I shared with you in today's video, I'm going to ask you to implement what I've shared. All right, let me do a quick recap, by the way. I shared number one, you want to change your concept of failure. Number two, you want to remind yourself of your accomplishments daily. So I recommend that you start an I'm Awesome journal and add to it every single day. I talked about standing up for yourself. Always stand up for yourself. That will help you raise your confidence level. I also shared with you that you want to focus on serving other people so you can take the focus off of yourself. That will also help you increase your confidence. Number five I shared was you want to connect with your version of source, God, spirit, universe on a daily basis, okay? Because a lot of times one of the reasons we're not feeling confident is because we feel alone when we're not, all right? Number six, stop whining and complaining, because you don't want to relive your past drama and trauma in your present. You don't want to recreate those experiences for yourself. And number seven was to stay present. Okay, so those are 4 tips that I shared with you on how you can increase your confidence. And by the way, if you do this, if you're diligent about this, you will see a significant increase in your confidence within the next few days. Within the next few days, not weeks, months or years, within the next few days. This is important because so many people have struggled with confidence for years. I know that I did, okay? And it wasn't until I started breaking things down like this that I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better about myself, which makes it so much easier for me to show up and market and make sales. Now, here's another thing. I'm not sure if I mentioned, but I'll say it again if I had. When I talk about all of this stuff, doing all this work about confidence, what it's also going to do for you, it's going to allow for you to experience the success that you want with greater ease. Because success comes when we are coming from a very relaxed and calm place. And you're not going to be relaxed and calm if you're not feeling confident, okay? But when you are feeling confident, that is when you can invite ease into your life and into your business. When you're not feeling that way, that's when the anxiety, the worry, the doubt, what that actually does is create the things that we don't want to create, which then causes us to work even harder to try to fix what we've miscreated, okay? Because we weren't being confident. I hope all of that makes sense. Cool? You're welcome, guys. I'm glad you got some value out of today's video. Again, if you have any questions, hit me in the comments below. Check out the webinar. Reach out to me privately if you want to talk about working together. Share this video if you found value in it and you think it can help other people. And I think that wraps it up for today. Have an awesome, awesome rest of your day. Take care.